The president did not attend the fourth day of his civil fraud trial. He was in court for the first 3 days. He's not required to attend the $250 million fraud trial.
And with all the complaining the Trumps do about this trial playing out in the media, you could barely even turn the channel without seeing their lawyer doing an interview with.
Did you hear about Trump skipping court for a Halloween party? Yep, the man who wants to run the country again thought bobbing for apples was more important than showing up to his own trial. Talk about priorities. But wait, it gets better. The judge wasn't too happy about it. I mean, who would have thought that ditching court for trick-or-treating might not go over well? It's almost like actions have consequences or something.
Don and Don Jr. had some father and son event this weekend. They went to the UFC fight at Madison Square Garden.
The president's latest attempt to delay and dismiss the many cases and allegations against him.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Well, folks, it looks like our favorite orange-tinted reality TV star turned politician has decided to play hooky from his own fraud trial. That's right, Donald Trump, the man who claims to have the best memory, suddenly forgot he had a court date and instead opted for a Halloween bash. Talk about priorities. Picture this. While his lawyers are sweating bullets in the courtroom, trying to explain away years of alleged financial funny business, Donnie Diapers is bobbing for apples and probably complaining that they're not gold-plated. I mean, who needs to defend themselves against fraud charges when there's a costume party to attend, right?
New York's Attorney General alleges the former president worked with top executives to exaggerate his wealth and deceive lenders.
In this trial is insane. DJ TJ, of course, denies any and all wrongdoing and is instead going with the "our accountants did it" defense.
But here's the kicker. The judge wasn't exactly thrilled with Trump's absence. Can you blame him? It's not every day that the defendant in a $250 million civil fraud case decides to ghost the courtroom for some trick-or-treating. I bet the judge was wishing he could dress up as a referee and throw a yellow flag for unnecessary absence. Now, let's talk about Trump's party outfit. Was he dressed as a businessman with inflated assets? Or maybe he went as a stable genius with a degree from Trump University? Whatever he wore, it's got to be better than his usual courtroom attire of an ill-fitting suit and a tie long enough to trip over.
Kissing in this trial is insane. DJ TJ, of course, denies any and all wrongdoing and is instead going with the "our accountants did it."
And a former lawyer, you understood that some of what appeared to be really dry testimony was actually itself very dramatic, and that's how I would characterize Nicole.
But seriously, folks, this isn't just a laughing matter. The judge, Arthur Engeron, had some choice words for Trump's no-show act. He called it outrageous and said Trump was probably campaigning somewhere. Ouch, that's gotta sting more than a Halloween mask left on too long.
President Trump, his family and business seeking $250 million in penalties.
Each of those golf courses, as they were valued, was assigned a 15 to 30% premium for what? Brand value, according to the work papers.
And get this, Trump's lawyer tried to argue that his client's testimony wasn't necessary because they had satisfied their burden. Sorry, buddy, but in the real world, the dog ate my homework doesn't fly, and neither does my client is too busy partying to show up to his own trial.
For President Trump and 3 of his adult children, along with 2 executives from the Trump Organization, the corporation itself.
What about the drama in and out of the courtroom? I mean, Trump's antics outside the courtroom became central to the drama inside the courtroom.
The judge wasn't buying it either. He shot back saying, "Mister, your client's not here. He's off doing whatever he does. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure whatever he does isn't in any legal textbook I've ever seen." Well, folks, it seems the Trump family circus has rolled into town, and they're putting on quite the show in court. Donald Trump Jr., the supposed business whiz of the family, has been strutting his stuff on the witness stand. But instead of owning up to any wrongdoing, he's playing the "I'm just a simple businessman" card, Jr.'s defense. "I'm not an accountant, I'm a business guy."
Listening to their doctors, right? Do you understand? Like, am I supposed to know more? Oh, Don Jr. doesn't know anything about it. I'm not an accountant, I'm a business guy.
Jr., he's so embarrassing. He's on the stand, he's testifying in this $250 million fraud trial, and he has to compliment.
Yeah, and I'm not a comedian. I'm just a guy who tells jokes for a living. But hey, testifying in a $250 million fraud trial can be exhausting work. That's why Don Jr. decided to take a little breather and catch a UFC fight at Madison Square Garden, because nothing says I'm taking this seriously like getting cheered on by Dana White and Tucker Carlson while your family's empire is on the line. I guess when you're a Trump, courtroom drama just doesn't pack the same punch as actual punching.
A Big Five accounting firm, like one of the biggest accounting firms in the world, I can pay them millions of dollars. I rely on them to do accounting, but I'm supposed to know more than that.
Don Jr. was thrilled to be a part of the group. He posted this picture of him and Tuck cackling in their blue checker print shirts.
Speaking of punch, Melania Trump made a rare appearance in court. Jimmy Kimmel joked that she might be there to fulfill a clause in her prenup. You know, the one that says, must pretend to care about husband's legal troubles at least once per decade. Kimmel described their interaction as warm as two robots trying to headbutt each other.
This is what happens when Mr. Long Island meets Mr. Long Tie. Melania did not take part in the customary First Lady meeting with Dr. Jill Biden today. Apparently she had...
true love in the age of litigation. But the real star of this legal soap opera might be Eric Trump. As he prepares for his big moment on the stand, everyone's wondering, will he plead the 5th? Will he plead the 6th? Heck, maybe he'll plead the entire Bill of Rights just to be safe.
And the New York Attorney General is seeking more than $250 million. She is seeking many other things. And
He could go to jail, but not from this trial.
He is facing a 30-plus count indictment in Florida on revealing our nation's most valuable national...
Kimmel quipped that Eric might invoke the 5th so many times, the judge will start playing bingo. 5th, 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 bingo, cries the bailiff. And let's not forget Eric's unique approach to problem solving. Kimmel joked that he might try to pay off the judge with monopoly money, because when real estate fraud doesn't work out, there's always Park Place and Boardwalk to fall back on. Legal experts are skeptical about Eric's ability to provide credible testimony, but who knows, maybe he'll surprise us all by pulling a rabbit out of his subpoena, or maybe he'll just distract the judge with a magic trick. Your Honor, is this your card? No? How about this indictment? Jimmy Kimmel's been at it again, folks. Our late night hero's been roasting the Trumps like marshmallows at a campfire. And boy, is it getting toasty.
The president did not attend the 4th day of his civil fraud trial. He was in court for the first 3 days. He's not required to attend the $250 million fraud trial.
And with all the complaining the Trumps do about this trial playing out in the media, you could barely even turn the channel without seeing their lawyer doing an interview with...
Turns out Kimmel's jokes about Trump's courtroom no-show and Don Jr.'s idea of roughing it have been spreading faster than fake tan at a tanning salon. People are laughing so hard they might need to call their accountants to file for comedy relief. But here's the kicker. Trump and his team are as quiet as a mouse in a MAGA hat factory. No comebacks, no tweets, nada. It's like they're playing hide and seek with the truth. And Kimmel's the only one counting, so keep your eyes peeled and your funny bones ready, cause this Trump family legal circus is far from packing up its tent. Who knows, maybe next time they'll claim the dog ate their tax returns.